Exchanges are about to lose all of their XRP overnight, and today I'm going to show you exactly how this bull run with huge amounts of cash ready to enter the market will happen. Guys, please pay attention because most of you won't act right when it happens. You're not going to make the most of what's about to happen here. I'm really excited about this because, if you're ready and prepare the right way, you could make a lot of money from this. Up to 10 times the price of XRP right now in a very, very short amount of time. I'll get to the maths in a moment. To begin with, though, we need to talk about something very important: spending on technology and software investments. These are what are currently driving real GDP growth. This metric is very important for you because it shows where the money is going, what businesses are spending in, and what is moving the US economy forward. You'll also notice that what we're seeing now is a lot like the 1999 dot-com bubble. Now, during the bubble, spending did hit all-time highs, but it fell apart very quickly. This caused the US economy to grow less than it had been growing. This is where we are right now. As you can see, we are still very early in this growth, and I do think that spending will rise a lot, just like it did right before the crash in 1999. It's very important to time this right, because there will be a crash. People will keep printing money. When inflation gets out of hand, the Fed will start quantitative tightening. No one is out of work, of course. You will lose a lot of money if you sell too soon, then buy in a hurry when prices go up, and then the markets crash when you buy again. The number of people who lost money in the dot-com bubble was very large. About 80% of buyers lost all of their money in the markets during this time. I think it will be even worse this time. Looking back to the last cryptocurrency bull run, about 95% of buyers lost money during that time. I think it will be about the same for XRP too. Here are some red flags, warning signs, and green flags that you should be looking for right now. Because of this, I said earlier that I think there will be an exchange supply shock soon. We saw something similar happen with XRP not long ago in November. XRP's stock went up quickly. Most likely this was because of a lot of new money coming in after the rate cuts and the excitement that came from a new government that supported cryptocurrencies. I also think that things will be very much the same near the end of this year. After a moment, I will explain why that is the case. But first, I want to talk about the volume and price effect based on the information we have access to. That means the price of XRP right now is about $2.78, or just $2.78. The market value is now about $166 billion. And for a small supply shock, we need between 10 and 15 billion in one day's worth of stocks. And this will lead to a big gain of 10 to 20%. Of course, since we already know which one we'll get, a little more amount would be needed for a big shock. 15 to 25 billion. This could lead to a gain of 20% to 50%. But what we're seeing here is a huge shock. More than 25 to 50 billion XRP worth of trades in a single day across the whole market. I'd like to show you something quickly now. The thing I was talking about was that we did get a huge shock in November. There was $51 billion in 24 hours, as you can see. This made it possible for the price of XRP to go from about $47 to $345. This was because platforms didn't have much XRP available, so it sold for a lot more than it was worth because so many people wanted to buy it at the same time. And this condition was met because the amount of $50 billion, the big jump from 48 cents to $345. There was a supply shock that caused this growth to happen in a very short amount of time, like 8 times. Now, the things I was talking about earlier that made that supply shock possible were very easy. Rate cuts and creating money have made the markets more liquid. A few months after those rate cuts, prices went through the roof, and there was a lot of investment speculation because regulators were clear. I think that the end of this year will be much better for us because of a few things that are different this time. In the first place, we do have rate cuts going on. That's really cool. We need to see that in order for the markets to have more money flowing through them. But at the same time, tech companies are spending record amounts of money and growing their businesses at astronomical rates. This is closely linked to the crypto industry and has a big impact on the price of crypto. On the other hand, there is institutional acceptance. What this means is that ETFs and big treasury companies are moving into the XRP area. For on-ramps, on-rampings, and off-rampings, you have a lot of relationships going on. The RWA tokenization that's going on between VanEck and BlackRock Secure. There are a lot of other things going on at the same time. Also, most of the things I just talked about didn't happen when we had the huge supply shock growth in November. I think that the combination of institutional demand, rate cuts bringing liquidity to the markets, and ETFs bringing in a huge amount of volume all at once will cause something similar to a snowball effect. And this will lead to what I think could be even more than $50 billion in volume in a single day. But Grok himself says that this could easily push XRP above $10 a coin based on past cases. And Grok says that systemic usage is the most important thing. This could mean that ISOs integrate XRP or banks add it to their services, which we know is happening. So all of you back home should think about this because you have this chance, which I think has a very high chance of happening. Based on past events and what we know is being worked on right now, I would say there is a 75 to 85% chance that this will happen. There's an 85% chance that XRP will grow by 5 to 10 times in the next 4 or 5 months. It seems like a pretty easy bet. A lot of people have already bought into those stocks, so I don't know many others with the same potential. I mean, their market caps are in the trillions dollars, right? But we already know for sure that if enough XRP is traded, its value can almost double in 3 months. That much was proven in November, December, and January. Also, it's getting close to that time of the year again when the capital comes in, so we're getting ready for similar moves to happen. And a lot like what happened back here in 2017, when coins went from 23 cents each to $3.36 each. We're sure it's possible. This was powered by even less volume. In 24 hours, this was only a few $billion, about. Okay, let's think about that. There are $50 billion worth of transactions going on here. I mean, yeah, I think the supply shock is going to happen. To take advantage of this, I'm using my own signal, which I created, and which is based on the approach that has made me a lot of money over the last few years. And as you can see, I'm just taking a little bit off the top on the way up when I find these low buys. That is all there is to it. I keep doing this over and over. You guys also have no reason not to do this. We've tried this indicator going back a year. I've shown you 5 months of trading history using this indicator that shows you would quadruple your money if you used my method to trade XRP. It's there for you guys. It's really simple to use. Everything will change for you as long as you stay in my Discord and watch the videos I send you on how to use this signal. Mine changed. A lot of people use it every day, and it's already changed their lives. Right now, you have the chance to make it happen and change your life too. That means you have no reason. Just look right in front of you to find the answers.